Okay. All right. So I want to make sure that all my front line is in here before I start, because this is really important. We got Rob in the house. I know David's not going to be able to make it. Let's see. One more person. I hope everyone's doing well. If you guys are sending me messages, just give me a second and I'll respond to those when we're done. Okay.
You know what I love about working at home? I can wear a button-up shirt like boxers or sweats.
I mean, I'm not doing that today because I came from breakfast with my sister. But whenever I do like my live interviews, I've done it a couple times and I've had like these little booty shorts and no one knows. Nobody. Yep. I've had like the nicest shirt, my hair done, and I have like sandals and booty shorts and nobody knows.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Sometimes I'm in PJs. No one knows. If you don't see my camera on, it's for sure my hair's up. I have glasses on.
Oh yeah.
I got mismatched clothes. Like it's just, that's no earrings, nothing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. If I don't know if you're able to do this too. I can only make one co-host, right? Or can it be several co-hosts? Does anybody
I thought
know?
you could do multiple. I don't know how though.
I'm gonna hand it over to you, Rob, just in case, and see what happens to Damon. Oh, he is too. Awesome sauce. Okay, cool. So everyone, let me ask before I start into this, how's everybody experience with sharing Epic so far? With sharing Epic, and then also the experience with bringing people on board. Has it been seamless? Have you been having issues? I made sure to do the Facebook group yesterday, so everyone has a very, very easy way to onboard, get them started on those steps, and if they have any questions, there's a Q&A, and then also to contact and add their upline. So there's a lot of resources for anybody that just takes initiative and takes a few moments to get everything done, because they can get all those things done within like, well, at least the adding of the steps. Okay, good, yeah. Pretty good. I've made, okay. Okay, awesome. I know
speak now if anybody got problems.
Yes. I know that there was a PDF that wasn't opening. I'm going to upload that again. I don't know, for some reason it wasn't working. It's been decent. I have 2 personals and each one of my personals have 1. Oh, awesome. Awesome, Savannah. I love to hear that. And we want to make sure that everyone gets their 3, guys. Like, there's really no excuse not to have your 3 personals, 1 on each leg. There's no excuse.
And rather than asking how everybody's, you know, or where they're struggling with it, what's working well for you?
Okay. So
what's working well for you guys? In as far as wording or the angle you're taking with it or whatever it may be. What are you doing that you feel is working really well and that other people could benefit from?
Stories. Posting in stories. People watch stories even probably more than post itself, but I get a lot of my leads from there. But if you're not posting in your stories, I definitely recommend that.
Yep.
Stories are really where it's at. As far as for me, I've been getting a lot of traction on my posts, but I'll tell you guys something. It took me a while to get to where I'm at, and there's a reason for that. I cleaned out my Facebook friends, made sure that everyone, at least a good portion, were active. I'm constantly cleaning it out. Making sure that I'm in groups of like finance and like entrepreneurial women or like Forex and like engaging with people. And then when I do post, it's very, very valuable. It's not junk. It's not what's going on in the world. You know, very few and far between. I'll put something like 10% of it will be like, you know, like something within that regard. But my focus, if anyone goes and looks at my page, you'll see very positive, you know, positive posts. They'll see maybe something with my family, but primarily work. Okay. Because this is a representation of you if you want people to work with you. So that works for me when it comes to sharing. I know that someone asked.
I'm glad you said that real quick. So your social media is in fact a representation of you. You are your brand. So if you have some old photos from like 2016 and you doing stuff like this in your profile picture, you might consider cleaning that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just in general, anything super heavy, politically charged, racially charged, anything that has cuss words. And you guys, you can do a profile for that outside of, like, you can have another profile or have like a business page and focus on working on that. I know right now, starting in October 1st, Facebook was only going to allow you to have one personal page. So make use of it, guys. Like if you're not making money off your page and you say, like, I could put whatever on my page. Yeah, that's great and all, but is it making you money? Is it giving you the right exposure? It's like, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. You know, I see that, Tiffany, testimonials are helpful. I would say that that's helpful. However, right now we don't have any. Okay.
Right,
we don't have, we're pre-launch.
Now, yeah, we're only using some of the products now. I mean, we accidentally got into the Signals group last night, but that wasn't even supposed to come out yet. So,
yeah.
So those will come, but just understand this is pre-launch. Not everything's live yet.
Yeah, especially with the Forex education. The only thing that we can show off is 1, our upline, 2, the things that we are already learning through the live sessions, 3, the opportunity calls are getting so hype. You know, little pieces of things, you know, we can screen share or record it with our phone. Things like that really work, y'all. And then talking about, wow, it's really powerful what I'm doing. I'm so excited. And then tag some of us. And it's only $20 to enter this opportunity and check it out. You know, whatever. Do something that's it's really exciting. Yep, stories are everything. I'm in a need way of cleans. Okay, I have that for you, Savannah. I'll message it to you. It's not automatically, but it's as automatic as it can get. A lot of us use it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and send that to you. I'm doing, but people aren't joining as fast as I thought. Definitely working on. Mariana, you just got started, so let it work itself. Make sure you reach out to your hot market. Work your hot market, okay, and don't attempt to oversell it or overspeak it. Just say, look, and be humble about it. Look, I just got started with this. I know the power of it because I've been studying. But I know that, you know, this person like Veronica has had success. Maybe you can speak to her and I'll close them for you. You know, I'm 10 for 10 so far. So just go ahead and have them on. I get on calls every single day.
I know.
Are your hot market are the people that are closest to you that know, love, and trust you. And you don't have to really convince them too much of anything. They'll be like, oh, you're doing it. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it with you, you know? And if you don't have that, then warm market, which would be like a friend, maybe someone that you talk to every other week, once a month, or that you've done stuff with, an old business partner, and an old coworker, a high school friend, or in some of us college friends, you know, anybody that you know that you have a good connection to, that you can call them or you can text them and have like a normal conversation. That's a warm market. A cold market is somebody you don't know, you know, somebody you just met that you have to build rapport with. I don't want people spamming. That's another big no-no, please. And we'll talk about no-nos. Don't spam. Don't say, hey, I got $20. You can go in and make $500 to $1,000 a week. Guys, no. That's not the way to market. That's not only is it cheap, it's tacky, and it doesn't show credibility. You have to be able to show credibility. If you're doing that, people are going to think that it's just not. Remember Damon? I did it once by mistake to Damon, right? So my son was like sending my live invitation to a couple of people. I think I just sent it to Damon randomly. And Damon's like, you know, you could say hello.
I actually don't remember that, but that's funny.
Yeah, I remember when it happened, because it happened with like 2 or 3 other people that were influencers essentially. And because they know how to build influence, they know how to create relationships, right? And so that happened and I was like, oh my God, baby, what did you do? He put me in Facebook jail for like 5 hours. It was crazy. He was helping, but don't ever let anything like that happen. Just make sure you guys don't cheapen it. There's a value outside of how much someone is paying and how much someone is making, okay? There's far more than that. As a community, there's a skill set, there's an opportunity to build, there's an opportunity to gain influence within your community, there's an opportunity to learn a skill set that you can pass on. You know, there's a plethora of things, okay? So this is the first thing that I actually wanted to cover outside of all that, and I hope everyone has a pen and paper. Someone message Kimmy and let her know that for some reason I keep accepting her and it's not accepting her. Don't short sale this opportunity. Yes. So compliance. Was everybody on the compliance call last night? Or was it last night or Sunday night? Sunday night. Was everybody on that call?
I think it was Sunday. Yeah. It
was Sunday. Rob, can you give them a quick overview of what was said on that call?
I was only there for a little bit. I was out with the wife. I just remember, what was it about? Just protecting this house, you know, basically not like what you touched on earlier about just not promising anything to people like, oh, you're automatically going to get trickled down, you know, get some people under you. and then you're going to promise them, et cetera, where you're automatically going to get 500 a month. You can't be doing that, et cetera, and then making sure you're having, if you make any claims about money, then you need a disclosure or a
disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name. It tricked me up with it, but yeah, that was the main points I heard. I kind of got on it, but I was a little busy as well, so I couldn't get everything. But this the main thing: protect yourself.
A lot of compliance is really what you would think is common sense stuff. No income promises, no income guarantees, no recruiting or bringing people in through, hey, I promise you're going to hit this rank and I'm going to help you do that by this. A lot of that stuff is common sense to us, but people still do that silly stuff and we need to absolutely stop.
Yeah.
I actually had a good question come through Q. He's like, I have a network of travelers, party goers, because I do events. We brought on several people from that network, but found that it's been it hasn't hit the way that's expected. Any ideas on how to market effectively to that demographic? Anything on your part, Damon, before I chime in?
I'm just reading it again.
Okay.
Travelers are part of, I'm just like honestly confused where the disconnect is there. What are we doing here? We want time freedom and money freedom. What can you do a lot of with both of those? Party.
Travel and party. Let me give you guys some perspective. Okay, when I first started my Forex journey, I was a bartender and I was a singer. Okay, so for me, it was a no-brainer. I was like, oh, cool, I can learn this skill set and make a residual. So I'm here practicing and learning and doing all that for the first 5, 6, 7 hours of the day. So essentially putting myself through school. Now, not many people like that, but I know that within like 24 months or less, I'll be making $1,000, $2,000 a week if I do it the right way. Now, for me, that was appealing. And then also a skill set that could make me 6, 7 figures in the years to come. And then I could still do whatever I want. Like, again, freedom is where it is for them, especially if that's what they do. So talk about the freedom aspect. Let them know this is just another source of income. It's I don't want to say that it's fairly easy to learn, but if you take your steps, you can learn this within 3-6 months, and then take your time to master it within the first 12 months. I used to always say that I within 12 months I would have an income that covers all of the things that I'm making from before. I couldn't tell them a number. I couldn't claim anything, yada, 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 of course, because we can never give them a figure, but just let them know that it can help and give them a source of income in what they're doing. And it still gives them the freedom to do what they want. Yeah, I mean, everything's online. The education is online. The way you connect with people is online. Our events are online right now. And we are in an online environment. Like, this is how the world is working right now. Why not give an opportunity to learn just another skill set that's going to, pay you, that you don't have to go anywhere. You can trade for an hour or two. I traded this morning. I made like $300, guys. That's just me. I only had an hour. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go in, I'm going to scalp and make a few $100s. Again, no income is guaranteed. Profits are not guaranteed. I'm not telling you that's what you're going to make when you go into the market. All I need to let you know is that it's possible. That's all you need to know, that it's possible. Okay. I could have sat and continued trading, but out of freedom, because I have time freedom, I can do this whenever I want. I wanted to go have lunch with my sister, my breakfast with my sister, because she was in from California. So
Quentin, I'm glad, sorry to cut you off, Veronica. I'm glad Quentin said this, because a lot of people get into that mindset and it's absolutely not true. He said, it's working with some of them, but I want them all. And let me be the first person to tell you, you absolutely do not want them all. No, you want a couple of people that you align with really well. You want a couple of people that you could run hard with really well. And everybody else is just going to be dead weight and get in the way. Like, find a couple people that you connect really well with and that you can run really hard with. You don't need them all. You need a few people. That's it.
Yeah, that align with the way you think. That's actually really important. I'm glad you mentioned that, because especially right now, I mean, Robert can speak on this. Like, I won't work with you if I don't like you.
Yeah.
And I don't say this to be rude, but this is my business. Like, if I don't enjoy doing it, I'm not going to do it. Just plain and simple. I'd rather, for that, I just go back to a job. I'll go back to insurance. I'll go back to bartending. I'll go back to everything else. This is what I love to do. It's either you see it or you don't. You're either willing to put the work in or you don't. And it's going to be up to you how much you make. I know how much I'm going to put in. I know how much my partners and business partners and the strong ones are going to make and what they're going to do to get there. So, you know, I started giving that book, the same thing, the GoPro. I started giving it to everybody, you know, and I've already weeded out a couple of people because they're just like, oh, you know, it seems long. Well, most of what you're going to be doing here is watching videos and studying on your own. You're self-teaching. You're being given these
2 hours and 50 minutes listening to a free audio on how to launch your own business and create some serious income. They have absolutely no business doing anything outside of their 9 to 5.
Yeah. Like to piggyback what they said, like, don't be scared to say no to the people. Like, don't accept everybody. It just is what it is. It sucks.
You're valuable. That's all I want everyone to know. You are valuable. Teachers, you know, don't surround yourself with people who don't see that value or are not willing to work for it. This is not a handout. You know, this is not, you know, it's like if you want to go get a job, you have to interview, you got to get dressed up, you got to learn the skill, you got to train for 2 weeks for free. Like that, it's the same concept. It's just a different animal when it comes to freedom and how you're doing it and running, but it's still a business. It's still a business and it's still a skill set and it's still education. I know Cassy wanted to chime in on this.
Yeah, I wanted to chime in on this. Thank you, Veronica. Sorry, I was like vacuuming and then I was all frazzled. But I just wanted to say that, yeah. So in business, especially, people are either going to take from you or they're going to give to you. So only accept the people that are going to give to you, because guess what? There are 7 billion people in this world. Why are you going to let the ones in that are only going to take from you? So only accept those people who are going to give to you, bring value to your business, and also grow themselves. Some people are just too stuck in the water to you know, come up and breathe and actually let you give them a hand to pull them out. So you just got to let those people swim or drown or do their own thing. I know that sounds mean, but it's true. And, you know, you've only got to accept the people who are going to give to you, not the ones who are going to take from you. You have, they call them energy pennies, and you only have a certain number of energy pennies in a day. So only give it to the ones who are going to help you get more energy pennies or, you know, contribute.
But,
I love that. I want everyone to set their standards, raise their baseline. Okay. We're not, you know, that's just the only thing I can say. When I started seeing what my value and what I was putting in and the work that I was putting in and the energy that I was putting in, I said, man, I got to find more people like myself, not people that I'm constantly having to bring up with me. Now there's nothing wrong with helping, but they got to put in the work, guys. Because then at the end of the day, then you're the one doing the work for them and they're not really earning it. Make them earn it. Make them earn their keep. Make them earn the opportunity to work with you. Okay. Because not only will it make it easier, but then you're setting the standard for your team. And then you're setting the standard for the people that work for you. Because think about it. How many people want to work, you know, for, I don't know, for before it was Obama, right? How many people wanted to do that job? Because they saw how great he was, for example. I don't know everyone's political things. I'm just going by just a person that's not active right now. You know, some people wanted to do that, right? Like I would have been a fly on the wall just to listen in. And so it's the value. You have to be there. You have to represent yourself. So who you surround yourself with is just as important as who you are. Because if you are valuable and then all these other people around you aren't, or they're not bringing value into your life, your value starts to drop as well, you know? And then who's the weakest link, you know, in that whole thing? It's going to be you, because you're not seeing who you can go out and partner with to raise your standards and raise your levels up, right? Like attracts like, you know, so don't do that, you know, make sure that everyone is aligned with you when you're going on that. And then also with that, to continue that is make sure that you pass that information on. So teach people how to do what you do. That's why I get on these calls and I talk about how I've been working on marketing and I talk about what works for me and how to help you guys do the same thing. But just meet me halfway. Just meet me halfway, right? So I can be able to help you. Okay. Also, a really, really big thing that I want to touch on, because I know everyone's coming onto the Facebook groups. Please give me your information. I have a lot to work on. Like there's no way to search the back office by names. So the only way to do that is with your ID number, your member ID number, and then your sponsors, so I can be able to look for them. And it'll make my job so much easier, because right now there's only 1 or 2 of us working on that. Okay. And there you go. And so Damon also is letting everybody know as far as he can reach out to him in case you guys need it. My phone is blowing up. I'm sorry, guys. This is I have somebody, like, we're booking something for next week and it's just crazy. Photo shoot. I'm like, not now. Yes, pass it on. We're here to help more than just profits in the market. Does anyone have anything to chime in on that before I continue to the next topic?
No, you pretty much covered it there on that topic.
Okay.
I mean,
unless you have something, Rob, to mention. No?
No.
Cassy? Damon? Anybody else that might want to add to that?
I have 5 things I want to add to it, but I'm going to let you finish.
Oh, no, I was done with that. You can add that before I continue, because you might even touch on something that I'll pick you up.
Well, I mean, it's really just the guideline that I not only operate my business through, but I tell everybody to do the same thing, because I see people make this mistake all the time. You know, you're sharing an opportunity with people, and they're only sharing the opportunity. I mean, that's cool, but why are you doing it? Right? What I find is when I tell somebody, like, I'm not just share the opportunity with them, but I tell them exactly why I'm doing it. That builds a lot more trust and excitement in them, because they see that it's not that I just love this business. It's all it is a vehicle for me to get to where I want to go. So I tell people exactly why I want to do it. You know, I want to live, you know, hey, I'm sharing this with you. This is why I'm doing it. You know, I want to just have time and money freedom to, you know, be a full-time dad, and have my wife be a full-time wife sometime when that happens. You know, I never had that as a kid. So I'm working real hard to make that a reality now. You know, so I'm telling people why I'm doing it. You need to start with the vision, start with the why. Tell people your why, because not only is that going to make them a lot more friendly to you, but it's going to build a lot more belief for you and yourself, because you're constantly talking about it. You're constantly making it real. Okay. So the first thing you do when you're talking to somebody is share your own vision, your why. Okay. Okay. Number 2, and this goes back to setting proper expectations, right? It's a 90-day commitment. To work with me, it's a 90-day commitment. If you can't commit to 90 days, I don't want you on the team. Okay. Because you can't do anything great in less than 90 days. I mean, we are, but you know, it's a different story. Okay. If you can't commit to anything for 90 days, a diet, a workout plan, learning a new skill, if you can't commit to anything for at least 90 days, you're not going to do anything great. Okay. So I tell everybody coming on, it's a 90-day commitment. And if you come to me at 28 days or 30 days or 60 days and you're complaining that it's not working, I'm not even going to listen to you, because I told you it was a 90-day commitment. Okay. So set proper expectations. Okay. Going from there, grand openings. I want to talk about grand openings. Okay. Because do you see the energy we have with this launch? Why do we have that? Because why do we have this speed? Why do we have this energy? It's because it's a launch. It's because it's exclusive. It's because we're building up to something big. Now, what happens October 1st onwards? We're no longer in launch mode. So how do we duplicate this energy and continually use it going forward? How can we continue having launches? Okay, it's called grand openings. You can tell people, hey, you might have somebody come ask you to sign up, and you're gonna be like, hey, look, my launch list is full right now. I can't, I can't take on new people right now, but on the 13th of the month, we're gonna start our new class. Okay, so you just pick 2 dates of the month, or maybe one date a week, whatever you want to do. You could say, hey, our new class starts this date. Okay, we're full right now, but start this date. What's that do? That makes it exclusive. That person's going to look at you and be like, oh crap, they didn't just take my money, they told me no. What? They must be doing something pretty big. This must be for real, right? Not only that, you're going to be launching with a class of 10 to 20 to 30 people. Right? So their downline is going to start with downline. You're going to have so much energy and momentum, because people are coming out of the gates hitting ranks, exactly like what we're doing right now. So we need to duplicate these launches with grand openings. As soon as you put your front 3 in, you need to schedule 3 grand openings, 1 for each of them, and help them work through their list. And even if it's just you and them in the room, or you and them on the Zoom, You're going to be launching their business for them. Okay. Hey, we're here to launch Veronica's business. This is what we're doing. This is why we're excited about it. This is our vision. And we just want to share the opportunity with you because she mentioned to me that you might like something like this, that you might share these kind of values, that this might work for, you know, whatever your pain points are, right? So do grand openings for your team, 1 per week. You should get to the point to where you're doing 2 a day when you get really busy, right? So grand openings and then selling the opportunity, right? Or excuse me, the community. I have so many people in our organization that says, you know, even if there was no product, there was no referral plan, I would still pay this just to be part of this community, just to be part of this mentorship, because what's the fact of the matter, guys? It's a really cold, negative, dark world out there. So when you get a big group of really positive people, all focused on growth and helping each other, that's priceless. So why aren't you guys talking about that? You know, you don't find that anywhere. Go say hi to somebody at the grocery store, they're gonna snarl at you. You know, like, you sell the positivity here. You know what I mean? So I always like the analogy is of, you know, would you commit to completing with straight A's 2 years of college if you knew for a fact that $1 million job was going to be on the other side of it, that a 7-figure job? Would you commit to 2 years of getting good grades if you knew for a fact that a 7-figure income was going to be right there? Would you? It's no different, right? It's probably not going to take you 2 years. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll take you more, right? But I promise you, if you run hard for 2 years, you're going to get something like that. So can you commit to 2 years of getting good grades on something if you knew for a fact a 7-figure job was on the other side? Okay, so it's setting proper expectations, guys. Exclusivity. You don't want to work with everybody. Make them work for it. Guys, I literally have people send me resumes to join my team. No kidding. Like, it happens a lot, okay? So how did I do that? It's called posture, right? It's called posture. I'm putting myself in an exclusive position that people want to partner with me, right? And it's not upline, downline, cross-line, sideways line. It's partner. I don't care if you're 1,000 people below me. I'm still partnering with you and spending time with you. So everybody's treated equal. You put the work in, I'm going to work with you. And we need to treat everybody in that regard. Okay, that's all I had on that.
Ooh, fire.
Yo, you didn't pick up any value from that. You said 5 things, but I think posture was the 5th one.
I don't know.
I don't know, but to me, that was dope. Guys, give him some love. I was taking notes, you know, because I'm still learning how to structure, you know, being able to offer value like that. But guys, please give him some love. That was like dope. You guys see why I'm running with Damon? You guys see why I'm running with this crew? Because I knew that I had to raise my own standards and partner with people that I knew that I could match or exceed, right?
Same.
That I knew that I wanted to learn from. I don't want to partner with people that are not working as hard as I am, that don't provide as much value, that, you know, are kind of inconsistent. I'm not going to do that. I've already been there, done that, right? I'm going to keep leveling up every single year. And this year, I feel like I've super exceeded my levels because I stopped being scared. I stopped being scared of asking, you know, look, I love you so much. I would love to work with you. This is what I've done so far. Just like what Damon said, people are sending him resumes. There's a reason for that, right? They should at this point be begging you to work with you. Okay. And not just to jump in an opportunity. You should not have to beg people. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to give exclusivity. I love that. I love that. And making it exclusive. Now the grand opening idea, Cassy, you know,
I know, girl.
You heard Rob, you know what we're going to be doing. That's actually a phenomenal idea, right? And so we're constantly, I love how we've been getting, you know, weird comments, not comments, but posts about people saying, oh, don't you hate relaunching? No, I don't. I don't. Because launch is when you make money, you know, like in any business, the beginning is when they make the most money. So I'm just going to keep doing it over and over, right? Keep cycling it in over and over and over and over, reinvesting. You want to reinvest, right? And isn't it exciting when you launch? People are always excited for a launch. So the more you launch, the more exciting it becomes. It's a no-brainer. I always say that. It's a no-brainer. And
yeah. And
for us new members.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted
Zach,
to.
Zach, did you not get any value from what we've already, did you just get on? Because we've been on for 30 minutes. We've been dropping tons of stuff. I'm not sure if you just got on. If you did just get on, this will be recorded. Okay, so We dropped a lot of nuggets. I'm going to have the recording up in the next hour or two. But this is why I tell everybody, please get on. I told you guys about this yesterday. For some of you didn't get it until like about 2 hours ago. So I understand. But when I say a call is at 3 o'clock, it's at 3 o'clock. You wouldn't be late to work. All right. So what he just provided, people pay hundreds of dollars to learn those little tips. Okay. If I could sit in a room with Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, no, it's cool. Elena Cardone, people of that stature, I would pay $1,000, $2,000. I believe it's like $8,000 just for like a 5-minute conversation with them. There's a reason. And you're definitely not going to be late. So I get it, Zach. I'm going to let you, pass on that to right now, but just know that if we've been on for 30 minutes, just know that the recording will come up. And if not, go ahead and copy your partner's notes. He's like, I'm off the hook. Yeah. And he's been working. So don't worry about it, Zach. I can just be really hard on people. And there's a reason, because I expect a lot from myself and I expect a lot from others, only because I know the potential. I know everyone's potential. Okay. I want you to be able to meet that potential and exceed it for yourself. Because I know that you guys have it. I know it. I can feel it. Don't be that one stuck in potential because you're not being consistent. Okay. So yeah, that was really, really, really dope. Dope notes. Where will the recording be? It will be posted inside of our Facebook group. Anytime that I put replay, I usually put it either the announcements or the replay. So it'll be there. I need some juiciness to give some prospects. So who are you working with now, Zach, as far as like prospects? Let me see if I can unmute him real quick.
Go ahead, Kimmy, get that value.
This is good. She's so funny. I don't know if you can unmute yourself, Zach, so you can ask the question. You have us on. You might as well ask. Hey.
Hi. So I'll make it quick. So I have a couple people, but it seems like they've just been dicking me around, and I'm trying to overcome that. I keep getting like, oh, I didn't understand the video, even though it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm just trying to find like a way to find quality people.
Be a quality person. Like attracts like. I'm not saying you're not, but if you're presenting yourself in that way, do you use social media? Are you prospecting on social media? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, specifically with Facebook.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got to look at the rest of your Facebook and what everybody else sees from the outside in. Does it look quality or does it not?
Yeah, I've solidified my Facebook from a social media to more of a business savvy outlook. If you guys get a chance, by all means, take a look at my profile, see if there's anything I need to like change or what. But you can see it's clearly posted all about Epic on my page.
Yeah,
that's where you're making the mistake.
That's where you're problem.
That's where you're making the mistake, Zach. Because then what you're doing is you're not talking about yourself as a person, as a brand.
Or
you're literally
vision.
pushing a company. Which there, people are going to be like, oh, cool, he's selling something. There's a lot of people selling something. But where's the value with partnering with Zach? Who is he? What does he do daily? What does he say? What value does he provide? What does he think? How does he feel? We need to know who you are. And that's how you present yourself. Because if you ever notice, when the people that partner with other people, they don't talk about the company, they talk about themselves. People partner with people. They don't partner with companies. So that's mainly what you're doing. Guys, please go to my page and tell me if there's any mention of me talking about the business Epic. Go ahead. Go look for it. You're not going to find it. The most you'll find is my hashtag that says Epic Superhuman. That's it.
People love to buy, but they hate to be sold. And right now it sounds like your whole Facebook is kind of at a sales angle.
Selling.
They want to be sold to without knowing they're being sold.
Yes.
Isn't there, there's a book, How to Sell Without Selling. How to Sell Without Selling is a really, really great one, as well as 7 Habits of Highly Effective. Bro, guys, I can show you all the books that I like read on a daily, but this one's my favorite. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Pick this up. This will help you, like, as far as yourself, become a better person And what Damon was talking about was posture. And it says powerful lessons in personal change. It's not just personal change, but if you start from within, your outer world will reflect what you're doing within. You'll start to partner with people. You're to speak a little differently. You start to express differently. How you carry yourself, what you share with people starts to change because your mindset is changing. It all starts from you first. Okay, so pick that up if you guys get a chance. I also added.
Let's do a comparison.
Go ahead.
Real quick, guys. Go look at like one of the top leaders' social media and look at their posts and look how much engagement, likes, and all that stuff they get. Now look at somebody who's just posting epic, join my team. They get 1 or 2 likes, maybe a comment, right? And the comments they do get are people on their team, you know? So like come on now, look at the difference.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Ban the
even
word
even Robert, I like Robert's post because it's like so like, I mean, you're either with us or you're not. Like, and this is dope what I do. You know, I'm so glad I vision. He doesn't say epic anywhere. Not even Damon, I think might have mentioned like one post and I don't even think it said epic. It said like, you know, 60,000 people have joined or something like that. Or 30,000 people have joined and that's it. It doesn't say the name of the company. No one cares about the company. They care about you because they're partnering and buying into you. That's it. You know, what about the opportunity, especially with, you know, with the way people talk about businesses here and there, you move from one to the other, you'll start to notice that the most successful people don't talk about the business. They talk about themselves. They talk about what they're offering. They talk about who they're partnered with. So just take a look at our Facebooks, you guys. I'm sure everyone follows me at this point. Robert House, Damon Aleczander, Cassy, Lynn. She's been doing phenomenally. Like everyone has been doing really, really well on that. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Zach. That's a really great question.
Look at my last post. I just edified my upline. Like I said, Veronica, Damon, Cassy. I'm just letting people know who I'm associated with. And nowhere in that post, I'm talking about Epic.
Yeah, Robert, that was a great post. Great post.
Thank you so much.
I like that you posted about Thailand, by the way, because I'm so like,
well, that was actually in Arizona, but I got some Thailand photos too. But
it looked like Thailand for a second.
I was in a Grand Canyon and everything, but it's just that's what it is, guys. And trust me, I've been there. When you first started out, you just think, okay, I just need to post about the company. Like, no, don't do it. It's just, that's why you got the 1-2 likes, and that's why nobody's doing, because you're just saying epic, epic, epic. Join me. Nobody wants to do that.
You want to say something, Cassy?
Yeah, you guys, So you guys, you are the brand. You as a person. Epic is only your success vehicle. Think about it. Does Tesla advertise on TV? No, they don't advertise. In fact, they got a world-breaking record for pre-sold Cybertrucks, and they didn't do one advertisement at all, not online, not on TV, just because people knew them. People knew them from the people that own Teslas, how they talk about them. You know, typically the people who own Teslas are very, very successful people. So it's just kind of a recognition thing. It is something that Damon practices religiously, and that is attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is so powerful because it speaks for itself. You don't even have to sell it. It just speaks for itself. And then another thing is, Damon posted this yesterday. Let me find it. It's probably still on his story, but it says $1 billion advice. If someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you are not sure you can do it, say yes. Then learn how to do it later.
That's powerful.
That's by Richard Branson. And it's so true because we are going to teach you the ropes, and, you know, not everybody's going to know how to do it right away. There's a lot of wrong teachings out there. So we're going to teach you guys how to do it the right way. But that's the thing. A lot of people, what I'm experiencing when it comes to helping my downline build is they're like, well, you know, people are saying they're afraid to learn how to trade, yada, yada, yada. And so I'm kind of coaching them in this way. You know, if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure how to do it, say yes and learn along the way.
I like
because this truly is a once in a lifetime.
Yeah. sorry, Cassy, I just want to interject. I like to do this and remind them and ask them this and really wait for them to answer you. What's your alternative? 40 years of your life for 40 hours a week?
Mm-hmm.
What do you got to lose?
Mm-hmm.
Hail to the now, to the na, na, na. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I decided that years ago. I literally have not worked a regular 9 to 5 in what's going on now 7 years. I made it work. It was hard, but I did it. I bartended, I did side gigs, I did everything just so I didn't have to work a regular job. And I made it. And it took me a little longer because I was working on my passion and everything. Didn't have the right opportunity, didn't have the right skill set, but I made it work. But that's, you know, and I'm a mom and I had to do it because I thought in my mind, there's no other way. There's no other way. Either I'm successful in this or bust. I don't know if you guys have seen my little ambassador or bust background that I have on my computer. Like I do that to myself. I get really laser focused and I say, I'm not accepting anything less than my best every single day. Right. So I know what my goal is. I know my vision is. So I don't worry too much about the how, because I know that automatically everything that I've been doing, everything that I've learned before is going to implement itself as I go along. The determination and consistency though has to be there, as well as the knowing, not the wondering, not the guessing, the knowing, the decisive knowing that this is what I want and this is what's going to happen no matter what. You have to be like that. You have to be a tiger. You have to feel that way sometimes. And I talk about this all the time. Your energy is everything, right? And then the way that you use that energy is just as important, right? So for me, I don't waste my time with all that other stuff on social media. That's nice. Let everybody else go ahead and pick up and market someone else's story and market someone else's business I'm here working on my brand and helping my team do the same, right? And then we grow together, right? And so I don't know. I just always think value. What's valuable in my life and what isn't. If there's no value, it's shelved, it's gone, it's out of my rear view. Like it's just gone, right? So you have to do that with your life too. Find the priorities, find what's important, and focus on that. Forget about the people that aren't supporting you. Forget about the people that aren't going on board. Focus on the ones that are. Focus on the ones that are working with you. Focus on the ones that align with you, that think like you. Okay, the more you do that, it's going to be a seamless ride versus it being like, you know, crawling up rocks, you know, out of a ditch and don't do that. Don't weigh yourself down. Make it simpler for yourself. You know, go for what you want and desire. And you'll work harder for that because you know it's what you want. So I don't know who else has anything to chime in on that. I like that example because I always say like Lambo doesn't promote. You know, like Lambo promotes themselves, like just the brand. You know, there's a lot of brands out there that just because of who they are, they don't have to market anything. So
it speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm. Let's just give Cassy a shout out. She's crossing Ambassador 20 today.
Nice. Yes. Everyone give her some love. She's like, I don't even know that. Yay.
I'm just like in awe, you guys. I cannot believe it. But here's the thing. I'm going to post this too. I saw this quote and it's so true. Gratitude attracts abundance. Gratitude attracts abundance, you guys. I've been such in a state of gratitude for the past, few years. And even in those times where I was just like going through it, like life hit me and I was just like, oh my God, you guys, I cannot believe this is happening to me. I would still be grateful. I would still journal and say, you know what? I'm so grateful that I can breathe air through my lungs. I'm so grateful that I have a beating heart. I'm so grateful that, you know, just the simple things. And when you start your day off in a state of gratitude, only abundance can follow that. Only abundance can follow that. I just want to say that.
Every day, that gratitude. I tell you, that takes you much farther. And the more you do it, it becomes a practice. And the more you do it, you start to realize what doesn't fit and what doesn't work, right? And so all those times that you're worried about who doesn't get in your business and who doesn't listen to you, it starts to become, well, these are the ones that do, and I'm grateful for them. I thank Damon every day. You know, I talk to Cassy on a daily basis as well. You know, I thank my team for their efforts and for being present. And I'm just thankful. Even if all they did was send me a link that I needed. I swear, it's something so silly. But it starts to be the constant in your life. And wouldn't you rather be led by the light than the darkness? Like, I'd rather focus on that than the things that I'm not able to control and things that are out of my reach. Don't worry about that. Focus on what you can do, right? And then build upon that. You know, if you don't have the home of your dreams, you're in like a 1-room shack with like 3 other kids, focus on the fact that you still have something over your head. And then dream and vision what you want, and then work towards it every single day, like your life depends on it, right? Those are things that you have to do. But I love how she mentioned, you know, being grateful even for the smallest things. Building that attitude of gratitude really helps. I promise. Guys, no one knows a lot. Actually, you know what? I'm going to post my story. I was thinking about this yesterday on how I got here, because I don't think really people know why, like how I got here in the first place. So thank you, Bernard. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, is there anything that we didn't cover? I think that this was really, I love this. Thank you guys for chiming in. This was like awesome. I learned some stuff. I got the chills. This is awesome. Really. Like, we have some visionaries and some amazing people on this squad. I don't know what other opportunities you've seen, other people that you've worked with. These are my favorite group of people so far to work with, because they're not worried about the ones that aren't. They're only focused on the ones that are. That's it. No names, none of that other, none of that. It's here, present. Be present and focus where you are, right? And work with people that you love. And I don't know, if you guys don't like me, that's cool with me too. But I love all you guys so far. So I'm not talking about you guys, like Cassy and all that. I'm talking about
we love you, Veronica.
So
everybody loves you.
I'm here to shit. wait till I start making 20, 50K a month. I don't know how many are gonna like me then.
Okay, I'm saying, you know.
I'm here to take everybody with me. I think her internet is kind of breaking up.
She got some haters. All of us do, but
I read this yesterday. I'm gonna actually read it because I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was really funny. Hold on. Did I screenshot it? Please tell me. Oh, some people only hate you because of the way other people love you. I'll take it.
Ooh, I like it.
Mm-hmm. And then haters, the acronym, having anger towards everyone reaching success. I'll take it. I'll take it any day. You know, need new haters. The old ones are starting to like me. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about that. We're getting off track, but I love it. I'm just being silly. Thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. This recording will be up. I'll let it upload, and it should be in the group in about an hour. And thank you, Damon, for hopping on. Everyone give him some love, give him some applause, because he dropped some nuggets. Give Cassy Lynn some love, Robert House some love. Thank you all for your questions. And again, if you guys found some value, just let us know below in the comments.
And 2 things we need to start prepping for, because I was talking to a friend of mine who launched another company a while back. He was saying,
oh, yes. I'm glad you mentioned it. Thank you.
He was saying that, you know, their regular price point was like $199.99, something like that. Their promo pricing was $29.99. Okay, so after they came out of pre-launch into the regular pricing and the subscriptions started to roll out, only 40% of their numbers stuck. 40%. Okay, so I started thinking, okay, how can we mitigate this? There's 2 ways. One is in onboarding people properly, right? Getting them connected with leaders, getting them plugged into calls, getting them my playbook, getting them Veronica's Facebook group, whichever resource you use in the playbook has everything. Secondly, is making sure everybody's fully aware of the price point. There should be absolutely nobody going into October being like, I didn't know it was $99. I didn't know it was $25 for IBL. If that happens, like that is us severely dropping the ball somewhere. Right. Okay, so we need to, we can't just go around selling this. Oh, it's only $20 a month. No. 20 bucks is to get a test drive in a little bit early. Okay, it's $99, right? $99.99 and $24.99 for IBO. And we need to make sure everybody is crystal freaking clear of that, okay? Nobody should be caught off guard with that, okay? I'm even putting it right in the playbook. So it's everywhere, okay?
Yeah, this is why I said for the steps. Thank you for that. I'm so glad you mentioned that. I was like, I know I'm missing something. In the playbook, I want everyone to read that playbook. Michael Daniluk, our upline, he is a genius and he put all that together. And I added a lot more. I like to repeat myself for that reason because people learn through repetition. So if you see something that's been said 2 or 3 times, there's a reason because it's really important. There's no surprises on October 1st because we are all IBOs. It's $25 plus the 99 for the platforms, 124.98 to be exact, right? 19.99 plus the 24.99. Okay. So if there's an issue with the payment, you let them know now, just wait until you're ready. I'm sorry. I'm letting people know now because I'm not going to work this hard, teach you all this, bring you all this value.
That she brings up, because when we get 1 to 2 weeks out from October 1st, people are going to start to be like, oh, why do I pay $20 extra now when I could just, pay the regular price on October 1st? Why don't I just wait for that? And I'm going to be like, look, you got a chance to get in 2 weeks early and build a team, but if that's what you want to do, go ahead and we'll connect on October 1st, because I only want the people that are running hard with me right now. Only the killers are signing up in September.
Because you guys, I don't know if you guys notice, we're helping each other a lot. And yes, there is some overflow, but it's not always going to happen in the time that you expect. Like it's random. And you want to be able to, I'm sorry, earn your keep. I'm sorry, not sorry. Earn your keep.
Guys, I put out a video on this in particular. If you want a babysitter, go get a job. Okay.
Love that.
I love it. It is true. They are babysitters because that's what they're doing the whole time. And nothing's wrong with having a job because it pays the bills. But if you're looking to create true wealth and freedom, we got to do the work. We got to do the work. Getting uncomfortable, doing things that are out of like our comfort zone and out of our natural state. You got to do things and have to do. How does it say? It's like what's the term? You have to do extraordinary things to get extraordinary pay, or you guys have to get out of that zone, because the same people that are making that kind of money, they didn't just sit around and typing at a computer all day and that's it. There was far more than that. There was a lot of self-education. There was doing things that made them really uncomfortable. Some of them had long nights, early mornings. Some of them had to sacrifice a lot of things. There's a lot that comes with it, and Damon could tell you.
I mean, put very simply, if you want more, do more.
Yeah.
That's right. I just want to give a shout out to Mariana too, really quickly, because she was so proactive when she came into this. She's just like, Cassy, can you please recommend me somebody who can help me understand the magnitude of this? She said, you didn't do a bad job. You sold me, girl. I'm in. I just want to understand the magnitude of this to the fullest extent. And so I had her talk to Veronica, and then the next day she was just like, oh, I want to talk to Damon too. She's like so in this and so ready, and that's the type of people we want, the people who genuinely want to change their lives, the people who genuinely want this opportunity to help them create that financial freedom and time freedom.
Yes, Miss Mari. I love Mari. She's such a sweetheart and she's such a fireball. So that's awesome. Quickly, I know that a couple of people have mentioned this, and I'm glad you guys are mentioning this. If it's $24.99, even if they aren't looking to build. Now that's the first question.
The platform itself, the products, the signals, and everything else is $99.99. For IBO, that includes the 3 and free. That's an IBO incentive. So the 3 and free is an IBO incentive. Being able to earn commissions, right, from the comp plan and all that comes from IBO.
Yeah. And so what if they just want the platform and signals only? Then they're going to pay the full price.
Well, they're going to pay $99.99
and not to worry about the $24.99. The $24.99 applies to anybody who wants 3 and free, or they're going to get the incentives of getting paid out Founder 500 or above. Okay. So it's up to them. They want to go ahead and just wait until the first, that's fine as well, right? For the platform. And then if they're just looking to take signals. Now that's one thing that I wanted to discuss, Damon, because this has come up a couple of times. There are people who are just looking for signals. There's far more than that.
I have a lot of people like that in my previous platform. They just wanted the products. When I was in Amway way back in the day, I had a lot of clients who just wanted the products, you know, like they weren't building, and that's totally fine. So don't tell those people no, but just be careful where you put them. Don't put them in strategic positions. Just use them as filler people. I hate to say that. I know that sounds rude, but what usually happens is those people, those kinds of people end up falling in love with the products because they see that they work, and they end up being your biggest builders. I've seen the biggest builders come from people who wanted to start only as a client. So don't take people for granted.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is a couple of people who literally just said, well, I don't want to learn this stuff. I just want to take signals. And I'm just like, well, that's not consistent though. Because in order for you to really like benefit from the signals, you got to know what you're doing. I mean,
Right.
you have to have at least the basic knowledge of it.
Like that too. She was like, well, if your signals are so good, I shouldn't have to learn how to trade. I could just copy and paste. I'm like, no, you still need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you can't just go in there all
backwards.
willy-nilly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's up to you guys. Anybody that says that they just want the signals and platform, I'm letting them wait. And then they're like, well, I still want to you want to get in, but just understand what we're doing right now is we're in pre-launch. We're setting everything up. We're building the company. So if you have some people that want to come on board, go ahead and get on now. That way you can get your platform for free, you know, coming November and on. But just know on the first, you know, the difference in the price point. And that's it. You know, there's really nothing you can do with that. I just personally right now, I'm only working with hitters and people that want to build. That's why I'm very picky.
Canvas for the runners, you know?
Mm-hmm. So that was my question. I want to fill them in no man's land. I get it. So, I mean, yeah, Damon answered the question. And so you guys take it and run with that as you wish, okay? Just make sure that you're not telling people and guaranteeing any profits, because that's a huge no-no. And also, please don't tell them you're making money off of the trading platform and it hasn't been released. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Again, that's a cheap way to market, and you're definitely not making six figures.
Over either.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just there's no guarantees, period. Okay, they definitely have to do some basic training. They definitely have to plug in, and don't make it too easy for them, because otherwise it's like hitting the lottery, and even hitting the lottery takes a little bit of work. Right. So and guys, I don't know, do you guys know about what happens to people that win the lottery? They go broke within like 12 months because they don't know how to manage money.
True.
So
having more money doesn't make you better with your money.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the facts. I mean, that's what happens to, you know, rappers and athletes too. So they do the same thing. So what I was going to say is my favorite filter for this business, and even if it wasn't Epic, if it was Wake Up Now, if it was Amway, if it was Enagic, if it whatever it may be, my favorite filter is GoPro. If they can't get through GoPro and come back to me excited about it, then which I just had happen today. That's my filter. I was like, all right, not a good fit. I literally told her, okay, I don't think this is a good fit. I'm going to wish you the best. And she got so offended by that. She's like, what do you mean you're telling me no? I'm like, look, if you didn't connect with that book and you only read half of it, you know, there's still another half you didn't commit to. Then I already know that I don't want to partner with you. So, you know, that should be you guys' filter.
Yeah, no excuses, you guys.
But bills, it's not how much money you make, it's how you spend it. Now that would be correct. However, if your bills are higher than what you have to be able to put away and invest, it's going to take you a very long time to get there. And I'm looking for a shortcut. I'm not going to wait 10, 20, 30 years. So everyone's different, guys. I just know that I've literally been working at this, and I knew the power of my thoughts and what I do and manifestation at, you know, like my early 20s. And I just knew that I was meant for more. It's not for everybody. Some people want to work in their passion and just make a little extra money, and that's perfect, you know. But for me, I already have a son, and I'm like so dying to travel, you know, and like take an RV and just travel the country and not have to really be, you know, home right now. Right. And so that's where I want to do. Everyone's goals are different. So it works for anybody. Anybody have anything else to add? Thank you for that, Damon, by the way.
Welcome.
Anybody else? All right, guys, we've already hit the hour mark, and I appreciate everybody's time. Tonight we have an 8 p.m. call with our team, with our upline. Damon, Ali and Thomas are going to be on that one too.
I'd imagine. We also have a 9 p.m. charting session with my very own Josh Poole.
Josh Poole, yeah. So anybody wants to do some trading and charting, 9 p.m. will be the mark for it. And I know that there's also a live session with the company happening, I think, at that same time. But I would suggest tuning into the one that we're doing only because so you guys can see the value that we bring as a team. Okay. So, all right, everybody. I appreciate everybody's time. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys know where I am if you need to reach me. I'm going to get off and check these messages. Thank you, Cassy, Damon, Robert, everybody else for your questions and for your input. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Veronica.
Bye. Thank you.